Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Vivid Travels. If you've been dreaming of turquoise waters, white sand beaches, and a vibrant Caribbean culture, then the Dominican Republic is probably at the top of your travel list. It's a paradise, no doubt, but before you pack your bags and book that flight, there are a few essential things you need to know to make sure your trip is absolutely perfect. In this video, we're going to dive deep into the important tips for traveling to the DR. We'll cover everything from money and safety to cultural do's and don'ts, all in about 5 minutes. So grab a quick coffee, hit that like button. Let's get started. Stay tuned. First things first, the paperwork. I know it's not the most exciting thing, but it's super important, and your passport needs to be valid for at least 6 months beyond your actual departure date. That's not negotiable for most international travel, and that also includes the Dominican Republic. Next, you actually need to be aware of the new e-ticket process. Gone are the days of filling out any paperwork on the plane. The Dominican Republic now requires all travelers to complete an online electronic form for both entry and exit. Most of the time, any fees are included with your flight. However, beforehand, what's not included is the fact that you have to fill this stuff out. Typically, depending on the airlines that you are on, they will send you a notification a couple of days prior to your departure. And you can fill out the entry e-ticket and the exit e-ticket at the same time. So you can do this on your phone or a computer, but what happens is it generates a QR code. Make sure you do this before you get to the airport so that it's not a headache later. Now, let's talk about money. The local currency is the Dominican peso, or DOP. While you find that the US dollar is widely accepted, especially in tourist resort areas, it's a good idea to have some pesos on hand, especially if you plan on venturing out into the smaller restaurants or local markets. The exchange rate you'll get from a local ATM or bank is usually much better than what you'll actually get at the airport. My advice: grab a few pesos at the airport for a tip or a quick snack, and then use a local ATM in a city for much larger amounts. Section 2. The culture in the DR is incredibly warm and welcoming, but it helps to know a few things to truly connect with the locals. First, the pace of life. You'll hear the phrase Dominican time a lot. It's a real thing, and it basically means that things just move a little slower, especially compared to the fast pace that we typically have in the US. So don't be surprised if a tour starts a few minutes late or a restaurant takes a bit longer to get your order. Just embrace the relaxed vibe and try not to stress about it. Tipping is also a big part of the culture in restaurants. A 10% tip is often included in the bill already, which is listed as servicio. It's still polite to leave an extra tip, just obviously for good service, and especially if you're in a resort. For tour guides, drivers, and resort staff, a little bit of extra cash kind of goes a long way in this particular country. And of course, always appreciated. When it comes to dress, resort attire is typically fine in resort areas, but if you're going to be exploring a city like Santo Domingo or visiting local villages, it's respectful to dress a little bit more conservative. Think long pants or skirts, especially if you're going to go into a church or a more historical area. Section 3, safety. The Dominican Republic is generally safe, but like any tourist destination, You need to be smart and aware. A couple of quick tips. This is anywhere, not just the Dominican Republic, but make sure you don't flaunt expensive jewelry and or electronics, especially if they can be quickly and easily snatched off your wrist, your hand, or your neck. Make sure that you don't wear these, especially in busy markets or on public transportation. It's best to leave your valuables either locked up in a hotel safe or just left at home in general, so you don't even have to worry about it. When you're getting around, of course, avoid any unmarked taxis. Stick to official registered taxis from your hotel or a reputable service. And if you're going to be renting a car, be prepared for some chaotic driving. And the roads can kind of be unpredictable at times, so make sure that you stay alert. I didn't actually drive when I was there, but it's about a 30-minute drive from the airport to the resort that I was staying at. And I'm definitely glad I wasn't driving, as it was very interesting. There's a lot of motorcycles and mopeds that kind of weave in and out of traffic, and the roads can be a little weird. So just make sure that you stay alert. Section 4. The language. The official language is Spanish, and even knowing just a few basic phrases will make a huge difference. The locals will at least appreciate that you're making an effort. Here are a few phrases to get you started. Obviously, you want to know the most common phrases that people greet, which is hi and bye, hola is hi, and adios is bye. You want to make sure that you know a couple of other phrases. For example, gracias is thank you, por favor is please, habla inglés is do you speak English, and como está is how are you. Learning just these few phrases will go a long way in making your experience more authentic and, of course, enjoyable. So there you have it. My top tips for planning before you travel to the Dominican Republic. Remember to get your e-tickets sorted out beforehand. Make sure you have some local cash on hand. But I will say, if you're not leaving a resort, it's probably not needed. You can probably get away with just a credit card or even cash. Make sure that you are aware of your surroundings and embrace the local culture with a few phrases. Make sure you're following these tips so that you set yourself up for an amazing and unforgettable trip. Well, if you found this video helpful, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and let me know in the comments which part of the DR are you most excited to visit. I've only gotten to visit Punta Cana, but trust me, I will be back and I want to visit Santo Domingo. Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and until next time, safe travels.